It's time to ask the fight guys. We urge you on Twitter. You can go at Unique Mazique or at Peter Kahn. Ask the fight guys. Use the hashtag there, or you can actually do it in the comment section of a YouTube video. Now, when we say ask the fight guys, what we really mean is to ask us a question about something that you want to know, not necessarily just a comment about a topic that we've already discussed, something completely new. So if, say, for instance, if you want to ask us a question about NOA, you want to ask us a question about Kanzu, you want to ask us a question about anybody, any fighter, whether it be UFC or boxing, or any boxing or a UFC or MMA scenario or situation, go ahead and do that in the comment section using Ask the Fight Guys. So for this particular week, I'm gonna be upfront and honest with you guys. I was on the Athletic, and because I am a subscriber to the Athletic, and I was looking at a question that was posed to Rafi Bartholomew, who is I'm gonna tell you guys, he's one of my favorite combat sports writers right now. Just really love his style and delivery. And there was a question asked to him, and I said, it would be really cool if I answered that, or we answered that question here. And so the question's on the screen. It came from Nando L. And he said, the UFC loaded their pay-per-view with lots of great fights. Put on your matchmaker hat and create a realistic loaded pay-per-view to bring back boxing with a bang. So the key point, or the key word in this question or request from Nando is realistic, right? So if you say realistic, that means we have to work within the parameters of what the network and the promotional, makeup and parameters are right now. So I went ahead and I did that, not going too crazy deep. And I know, Peter, you probably have some, and we're not going to spend too much time, because we could, each one of these we could break out into a whole
mine's going to be easy
by itself. So for me, I'm going to go major network at a time. So we're going to talk about Top Rank ESPN. So, and I'm going to start kind of and moving up the card. So I'm not going to give you my main event until I get to the end for that particular segment, right? So my first fight for Top Rank ESPN would be Artur Beterbiev against Dimitri Bivol.
Right.
Now think about this. This is a triple header. So I'm giving you nothing but triple headers. Okay. So Beterbiev against Dimitri Bivol, 175-pound unification fight. You might not even, depending on what your level of fandom is for boxing, you may not be very familiar with these two guys. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you right now, they're two of the top 15 fighters in the world right now. I think I'm pretty safe in saying that. So if you don't know who they are, Google it up. Yeah, and do your YouTube search and just watch these guys. So my second fight on this card, which some people might say that this should potentially be the main event, but I think that's pretty crazy, would actually be Shakur Stevenson taking on Josh Warrington. Now this fight, I think, could be fantastic. I would lean towards Shakur, but Josh Warrington is super tough. But the thing of it is, Josh Warrington, I don't know that he could stop Shakur, because Josh Warrington hasn't shown a lot of knockout power, knockout potential, but he is so tough, so hardworking, and very good hand speed, especially on the inside there. I think it's a really good fight. Easily the toughest fight Shakur will have had in his career if that was to happen. And then my main event, my absolute main event, would be Teofimo Lopez against Vasily Lomachenko. So that would be the fight that topped off my Top Rank ESPN card. So we said realistic and coming back. So what would you say about your Top Rank ESPN card?
So look, I don't have to agree with you.
No.
And so my whole thing is it's all unrealistic. Oh, so those are great matchups.
How you just gonna pour water on the fire of the whole
listen, question? I'm gonna give you because we're talking about realistic.
Right.
Now those are great fights to make.
Oh, so you're saying my card is unrealistic?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, good.
I'm saying your card's unrealistic.
Gotcha.
Because number one, look, Beterbiev and Bivol, yes, great fight. Look, I have firsthand experience with Bivol. My guy fought him for the world title. Yes, this guy is one of the best fighters in the world who nobody knows.
Yes.
Okay, better BF. Just, I mean, the way he broke down Vozick, I mean, just a great fight, by the way.
Yes.
Okay, excellent fight. Unrealistic to kick off with no audience because, look, those guys probably wouldn't get a paying audience to begin with. So, okay, I'm going to backtrack here for a second. That actually might be the best fight for the money. Oh, hold on. The best fight for the money, considering no one might pay to come see them fight.
Exactly. That was my point.
But Shakur Stevenson, first of all, he won't be coming back at 26 right away.
Yeah.
He'll probably be coming back in the low 30s in June. Okay. And there's no way that Lomachenko and Lopez are fighting each other without taking tune-up fights. That's my gut. So while it's a fight we all want to see, you prefaced it with saying realistic.
You're right. You're correct.
So I agree with you. Better Biev, Bivol. There's probably not much of a paid audience to begin with. That would be a home run from competitive fight. Okay.
Oh my God.
Truly a great fight. I mean, a real back and forth chess match of boxing IQ and raw power.
Yes, just fantastic.
Shakur's not going to make 26, so that fight's off the table.
How about you give me your card as opposed to dissect?
I just want to dissect your card first. Lomachenko Lopez. You're talking 14, 15 months. Lomachenko's out of the ring by the time that thing even happens, for the same reason in my between the rounds talking about the proper buildup and necessity. There's not a proper buildup and necessity to necessitate that fight. 70 to 90 day pay-per-view buildup, including the numbers you do at Madison Square Garden. From a fan perspective, I mean, there's a big live gate there. The truth of the matter is, I haven't really given it a lot of thought, and I'm thinking right now, like, I really have to give it some intelligent thought. And it's a tough question. So, what was posed is a very tough question because it was prefaced with realistic.
Yeah.
So to make my life easier, let's go down divisions. Heavyweight division, where weight's not an issue.
So
okay.
If we're gonna go, and so we go.
I'm just trying to engage in this one question.
But you used up about 90% of the allotted time.
Are we going to talk about? Hold on. Are we going to talk about round one? Let's go back to a 30-minute round one.
But what I'm saying is,
I'll do it in a minute. I'll do it in a minute.
Okay.
I'll do it in 1 minute. I think that no one's necessarily paying big dollars to see Caleb Plant and Benavidez or Caleb. I think that you can do a fight like that where you wouldn't be sacrificing the live gate that much.
Okay.
To where you could put a fight like that on, and you're not
PBC,
really hurt.
Though.
Okay, PBC. I'm just saying, yeah, that's PBC. These are fights that are easy to make. I think if you went to welterweight, it's really tough to make a compelling welterweight fight that wouldn't have a big gate interest. Okay, maybe Danny Garcia and.
So can I ask?
Give me somebody.
So if I ask a question, so when I do my PBC, the zone section to answer Nando's question, so I can just make sure your contribution to this is going to be to tell me why all the fights are not going to be able to happen.
Yes.
Okay. Long as I know. Okay, so let me go. The PBC.
Dude, someone's got to be a stick in the mud here. Yes. You do yours, and then see if it's easier to do where you give me your well thought out fight. All
right, so I'm going to do my PBC.
Okay.
So you trying to be
stick in the mud. Yeah, there we go.
So Jamal,
I didn't know we were. I'm sorry. I didn't know that you get to ask the question that you had carefully already had the answers to. You throw it at me, over here blind, and now I can't critique yours. So it's okay. Keep going, Charlo. Keep going.
I tell you. Jamal Charlo against Sergey Derevyanchenko. I think we talked about this being a fantastic fight. Both guys
That's a good fight.
Similar situation. I think it's realistic. I don't know if it's going to pass the contest.
Better. You know what? That's what we do. Realistic. I like that. There we go.
Okay. All right. Now, next on the PBC side, which is another fight that we have discussed on this program.
Yep.
Andy Ruiz, Dominic Breazeale.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm just saying okay because I actually think there could be I think you could do that at the Staples Center. I think you could do that in California and get some.
I just really wish boxing people would just remove this concept, and it's different circumstances, and you're gonna have to have a fight that you would normally think you need a crowd for.
I know, but Brian, here's the thing: realistic is the key word, and this is the thing. Now you got to pay heavyweights like heavyweights. You've got to dip into all your sources of revenue. That's all I'm saying is that once again we're asking guys to take the same risk for less money, whereas the promoter is paying less money and they're still making money on the rights fee. They just want to make more money at the gate.
Last I checked, less money is better than no money.
But risk reward is also something that once you get a guy to start taking less money, I'm just go to your third one.
I'm just saying. And so my main event is Gervonta against Leo Santa Cruz.
Oh, stop it.
My main event.
Stop it.
How is
Gervonta's selling out venues. Stop it.
I understand. I'm just saying the rules need to change right now.
GTFOH.
I'm just telling you.
GTFOH. Gervonta is selling out venues.
Apply that same acronym to the fans.
You listen to me.
Change the way you're doing business.
I think you got kicked in the head on Saturday night.
I'm just saying. Well, here's the thing. Nobody's getting punched in the head right now for boxing, so which means nobody's.
I know, but remember the context of this thing was realistic, and I think
I think your concept and definition of realism may need to change.
Listen, you know what? It's all mine, baby. It's a KAHNCEPT, a concept.
It is.
Put that graphic up.
It is a concept.
Okay, I'm on fire today, man.
Yes, but it also is a misconception.
Well, that one's with CON.
No, it's both of them are. So let's go to my DAZN card.
Okay. I disagree.
This is right. Demetrius Andrade against Callum Smith.
Okay.
I love it.
Sure.
I love
Good
it.
Fight. Okay. So reality. And I don't want to, I love Boo Boo, but he's not selling tickets.
No.
Callum Smith, great fighter. Don't know what his fan base really is. Paying fan base for live gate in the UK is. For the right, you could definitely pull this off without a live gate and get a heck of a fight.
I think so. I really think so. Now, so my main event, you're gonna like throw your monitor or something.
Okay.
But before that, Alexander Povetkin against Michael Hunter rematch. The first fight was a really good fight.
Yeah.
And so the rematch, I think this is perfect for your concept.
Okay.
So I almost don't even want to put this up because I don't even want to have this conversation with you.
Right.
But my main event, Canelo. Canelo Triple G 3.
Stop it.
And here's what you do. Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it. Here's how you do it.
Tell me.
You offer a different experience to the pay-per-view, to people who purchase on a pay-per-view level, on an elite premier level. And you allow their pictures to show up on a huge screen inside the venue. So you get this crowd sound, kind of a generated thing. I'm just really joking right now. Actually, I'm kind of not from a WWE standpoint.
No, you just actually had a moment of non-delusionalism, and you just realized that what you just put up was completely ridiculous.
No, I knew what you were going to say, but here's the thing. I totally believe that
you could fly.
There's a lot of money that could be made if a promoter would have the cojones to say, you know what? I'm going to do something. We're going to find out how much of this live gate can we compensate for in alternative earning sorts of capacities. We're going to find out how much. Obviously, we know we're talking about a stupid live gate for Canelo Triple G3. So I will say that one is the most risky,
All right.
obviously, because that's the bigger fight.
I'll give you an example of something from a DAZN standpoint that I think could work. Mm-hmm. And I would find maybe it's another tough one because he brings an audience, but you can get away with it right now where he's at in a non-title fight would be Ryan Garcia. Mm-hmm. The question is, what other lightweight would work that Golden Boy would be willing to work with outside of their promotion. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I'm sort of kind of thinking on my feet right now, trying to play matchmaker in a realistic setting. Mm-hmm. But it's all very tough, right?
So I'll let you know this, right? Mm-hmm. So my man, Rafi Bartholomew, his answer to this question was a card that had Berlanga Rosado, mm-hmm. Casimiro Donaire,
okay,
Jose Ramirez against Victor Postol, mm-hmm. and his headliner was Lomachenko Lopez.
Okay, so I disagree with Lomachenko Lopez. I think he's wrong. No, I disagree. See, here's the thing: I disagree with Ramirez and Postol because Jose Ramirez could sell out 18,000 seats in Fresno, and he's done it. So I disagree with that one. The other two, fine. I could say, okay, sure, roll the dice. But those top two, there's too much live gate to be made, and those fighters are going to also be paid appropriately. So here's what you have to take into consideration. Okay, how much do you think the rights fee is from ESPN for Lomachenko Lopez? What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Is it a pay-per-view?
Lomachenko Lopez, yes.
So now it's a pay-per-view. What type of pay-per-view buys? Let's just play boxing promoter for a minute since it was posed. As reality, what kind of buys does that do?
750, 750.
Really? You think it does that many?
I'd say that's top.
Oh my gosh, I thought that's like a 300,000 buy maximum.
I feel like in this climate,
wow,
where you have so many people who are thirsty for sports. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting to see what the viewership was for the pay-per-view for UFC 249.
Right.
And I want to see if it's spiked higher than a pay-per-view during another time period with a comparable card.
Okay. I mean, if Lomachenko Lopez got over 300,000 buys, I'd be like, that would be like a home run. Okay. So now, I mean, that would be like that would be. I don't think those expectations would be more than that.
I think 5 is realistic depending on when it happened, depending on what the. I mean, because think about it like this: what else do they have to promote right now? All of the entire promotional machine can go behind this fight. All of it. You also have the benefit of using ESPN, which what else do they have to promote right now?
You just can't promote that type of pay-per-view with these guys sitting home. You do need them out on the road and go to the shows and do a kickoff. You can't do everything. We just can't accept, and we'll get into championship rounds really quickly here, but you just can't accept that everything's going to be done via Zoom from now on and that it's going to work. So, right. I mean, I don't want to get too much into it because I have a few things to say to rebut your, UFC, what we talked about. So we can agree to disagree. It's a tough question. Yeah. It's a tough question to be a matchmaker in this climate, make compelling fights that can operate and consider them to be like huge fights with no potential audience. It's tough. It's a tough ask.